Following a recent appeal to keep former White House counsel Don McGahn out of the Democrats' witness chair, the D.C. Circuit set a hearing date for opening arguments to kick off the new year. One America's Marty Golingan tells us what to expect.
Make-or-break moments in impeachment are expected at the beginning of the new year, after the D.C. Circuit Court of Appeals agrees to fast-track a hearing on Don McGahn's fight against testifying publicly to the House. On Wednesday, the D.C. Circuit announced a January 3rd date to hear arguments over the DOJ's position that past and present White House officials have so-called absolute immunity from congressional oversight. This after a federal judge granted the Justice Department's request for a hold on a ruling ordering the former White House counsel to comply with a congressional subpoena. The final decision will likely set up an appeal to the Supreme Court from either Democrats or the Trump administration if one side does not get the ruling it wants. This as House Democrats have vowed to not wait on the courts to order Trump officials to comply with subpoenas and plan to draft articles of impeachment for obstruction and contempt of Congress for non-compliance. However, the ruling would come just as the Senate would be gearing up for an impeachment trial in the upper chamber if the House were to vote to impeach. If the court rules in favor of Congress, it could create a legal problem for the White House and force cabinet officials who have so far refused to testify appear before a jury of senators. Attorney General William Barr spoke out against the broad powers of Congress and the courts this month, saying both branches have made it their mission over the years to seemingly cripple a president's ability to govern.
There was a time when Congress respected this important principle as well. But today, Congress is increasingly quick to dismiss good faith attempts to protect executive branch equities, labeling such efforts obstruction of Congress, and holding cabinet secretaries, even the Attorney General, in contempt.
Meantime, another key impeachment fight will also be taking place that same day, just down the hall from the McGahn case. Judges will hear a Department of Justice appeal to keep the grand jury material from former special counsel Robert Mueller's Russia probe out of the hands of Democrats. Liberal lawmakers believe the president may have misled or lied to Mueller in written responses to questions from the special counsel's investigators, citing, quote, inconsistencies between the president's answers and testimony of his former 2016 campaign manager, Paul Manafort. They are demanding access to the redacted portions of Mueller's report to confirm or refute the allegations. This, as the Justice Department argued, Congress does not have legal precedent to have any access to executive records or testimony. But the court has signaled it may stay out of the congressional oversight fight altogether. During a hearing last week, 2 Republican-appointed judges on the 3-judge panel of the D.C. Circuit questioned whether the courts need to even be involved in the battle over Mueller's evidence. They considered whether involving the courts to decide the release of evidence and testimony constitutes the judicial branch interfering in an impeachment process. Marty Golingan, One America News.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.